Hey, what is up guys, it's Mordant. One of the things that people complain about the most in CBT 1 was the gacha system in CBT 1. So it's about time that we see what exactly Wuthering Waves CBT 2 has done with their gacha. The most important thing for this video is how exactly the gacha system in CBT 2 works. So let's get into that immediately. In CBT 2, the gacha system has been actually renamed. It's been renamed from modulation to convene. It's not a bad name, I guess, but getting to the main specifics of how exactly the gacha system works, in order to get a 5-star character in CBT 2, you need to pull up to 80 times for hard pity to kick in. Now, there's no word on soft pity, so it's a little confusing, but if I were to use Genshin logic for Wuthering Waves CBT 2, in Genshin Impact, soft pity starts around 74 to 76. And then you have hard pity at 90. So if that's the same case for Wuthering Waves CBT 2, that means that PGR players can actually rejoice because your soft pity is technically going to start at around 64 to 66. So technically you don't have to waste as many wishes as you would in Genshin Impact in order to get a 5-star character. But there is one thing that I know a lot of PGR players are not going to like, which is the fact that the 50-50 in the gacha system has actually not been replaced. It's still present there. But then I guess this is actually a pretty good compromise because technically we have a lower pity count. So if you're very, very lucky and you get soft pity to kick in at around 64 to 66, then technically even if you lose the 50-50, you don't have to waste as much currency in order to get to the 5-star pity again. Now, I don't know for sure how much gacha currency you can get per patch, but if we use PGR logic for this, then I think that we're actually going to be able to get or guarantee a 5-star character in one pull. That remains to be seen. I know there are a lot of people who aren't happy about the 50-50 in the gacha system right now, but there is one very, very major thing that separates Wuthering Waves CBT 2 from Genshin Impact, and it's the fact that you can buy characters, 5-star characters even, from the shop. Now, I don't have any footage of it currently. If I do have footage of it, you'll see it on screen. So every time you pull a 5-star character, you are going to get what are called afterglow corals. And basically you use these afterglow corals in order to be able to buy characters in the shop. Now, I'm not very clear on how much afterglow corals you need in order to buy a character from the shop, but in the shop, you will be able to buy 2 copies maximum of any character that you want. Now, of course, for the limited 5-star characters, when their banner is over, they will also leave the shop. So basically, right now in CBT 2, Jian is on the banner, which means that you can go to the shop and you can buy up to 2 copies of Jian. Now, like I've said, I'm not sure how much currency you need in order to be able to buy the characters, but when I do know that, I'll pop it up on screen for you guys to see. This is one very, very cool feature because it still enables you to get up to 2 copies of a 5-star character that you want. Even if you lose 50-50 and you get a character that you don't want, you can still, in theory, get the character that you want if you have enough of these afterglow corals in your shop. But aside from that, there's also another special thing about this gacha system that I really like. It's the fact that even the standard banner characters have their own weapon banner, and you can actually choose which of the weapons that you actually want to go for. Of course, there's also the limited 5-star weapon system, which I will get to in just a little bit, but now let's talk about the rates. The current rates in CBT 2 are a 0.8% chance for a 5-star character, a 6% chance for a 4-star character, and you're also guaranteed a 4-star character every 10 convenes or every 10 pulls on the banner, and you have a 93.2% chance to get a 3-star weapon. Now, I'm going to talk about the weapon banner separately when I get to the weapon banner section, but I wanted to highlight the 5-star character rate. Now, here's the thing. This is still caveated by the fact that if there's soft pity in this game, it also means that when you get to, if my theory about 60 pity is correct, from 64 to 66 pity, this rate, so the 0.8% chance to get a 5-star character, is actually going to be increasing until you get to 80 pulls, when it becomes a 100% chance that you will get a 5-star character. So I think this is actually fine. I think this isn't that much different from what we already have in Genshin. So if you've played Genshin Impact, you'll be very comfortable here, and I don't think anyone will have any problems here. Now let's talk about the different currencies that you can actually use to pull on the different banners. The most primary currency that you're going to be using for pulling is called Astrite. Now this is basically like the Primo Gems in Genshin Impact, and basically you need 160 of these in order to be able to do one pull. So in order to do a 10 pull or 10 convenes, you need 1,600 of them. There are different banners in CBT2. There's the Novice banner, which is actually the beginner banner. There's the limited 5-star character banner. There's the limited weapon banner. There's the regular standard banner. And then there's the regular standard weapon banner. Now, when you have Astrite, you need to convert that Astrite into the correct currency for the correct banner that you want. All of these different banners have different currencies that you use. For example, the limited 5-star character banner uses Radiant Tides, while the limited weapon banner uses Forging Tides. And then for the beginner banner, you use Lustrous Tides. Personally, I feel like it's a little confusing to have this many currencies just for pulling. I think they should be able to simplify this. This is one thing that I think we need to give us feedback. They need to simplify the amount of currency that we use for pulling on characters, because this is a little too much. Like, a beginner is definitely going to struggle with trying to figure out which currency is which. Over time, you will get used to it, but I think it can be simplified. Now, the last thing I need to talk about are sequences. Now, for those of you who don't know what a sequence is basically what you get when you've gotten a character already. So, for example, if you get Yang Yang 2 times, you will get a sequence of Yang Yang the second time. These sequences are like upgrades to your character, but they are not mandatory. You do not need these sequences in order to progress through the game. So every time you get a 5-star character, whether it's the first time or whether you're getting a sequence of that 5-star character, you will get 15 Afterglow Corals. These are the currency, like I said before, that you can use to buy 5-star characters. Now, after you get every single sequence of a 5-star character, every other duplicate after that last sequence of the character will give you 40 Afterglow Corals. Now, every time you get a 4-star weapon, you get 3 Afterglow Corals. I'm not sure about 4-star characters though. Now, before I end off the video, let me talk about the weapon banner. Now, the weapon banner, the limited weapon banner in particular, is actually very, very cool, because it's guaranteed. Basically, you have a 100% chance after 80 pulls to get the featured weapon on the banner. So you don't need to worry about losing a 50-50 or anything like that. And I think that's pretty awesome, because you don't need to then worry about losing 2 50-50s in a row. You only need to worry about losing 1 50-50. If you lose 1 50-50, then you'll be able to win the other 50-50, which is the weapon banner's 50-50. But at the same time, this sort of acts as a way to make players not be able to pull as many characters as they want, because if you can get every single character and their weapon in one patch, I don't think you'll have enough currency to be able to pull for the next character in the next patch. That's just my thoughts though. So let me know your thoughts on the gacha system down below. Do you like it? Do you think there's anything that Kuru Games should change? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for Wuthering Waves, news, updates, and guides. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.